Katie Racing Performance YouTube channel. So we were able to take the car out this morning. Nice and cold out. It's like 20 degrees, still snow on the ground, all the good stuff. So we actually took the car out. We went cruising for, I would say 20-ish minutes or so.
Yeah.
15-20 minutes. Car did really phenomenal, just cruising around. Minor issue, as soon as we started to make a pass, we blew the boot off the charge pipe.
So sadly we blew off the boot again, but something we're just gonna have to fix, but sounded pretty damn good. Just one of them issues that, you know, gonna hold you back a little bit, but we'll get her fixed.
And so obviously that was an issue. So what we're doing now is we're gonna start by, we got some new clamps, and we are going to modify the charge pipe a little bit to try and mitigate that issue, and then we're taking the car back out and hopefully do some more full pull. So yeah, that's where we're at now. And next up, like I said, we're going to start cutting on this pipe. So let's get the pipe cut and then finish working on this girl so we can try and make some passes today.
Some poles. Maybe like right here.
Well, we'll sneak up on it.
Yeah.
So we'll start back here. Easy fix. So right now we're making a couple cuts on the pipe here. We're refitting our charge pipe here. So, and we also got a new gimbal.
Oh yeah.
Check out.
Trying to learn it. A little confusing at first, but hey, Dr. Google and Professor YouTube.
Dr. Google and Professor YouTube, we'll get her going. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, the cruise this morning went really nice. No real issues. Cruised just fine, other than the massive boost leak on the way back. But other than that, not too bad. Car did feel good initially. Whenever we started getting on it, started coming in a boost. So I think we're on the right track. So yeah, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start modifying this pipe here. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to make some modifications to the charge pipe, and we'll make a couple cuts here. We got new clamps and everything like that for the boots, and going to give it another rip and hope to be able to make some more passes today and be able to come in the boost. So, all right. So as you saw earlier in the video, we had issues with the charge pipe blowing off, right? As soon as we come in the boost, I'd have to let out of it very quick because the boot was coming off, right? Now, it's an issue that we are going to fix. I'm going to do a temporary fix now because we did order parts tonight. We're going to do all V-bands and everything like that and change this setup out. Being that we're running an intercooler under the intake, like how we have this set up, and now a traditional style intercooler up front, there's a lot of force coming right out of the turbo housing, right into this, right into our charge pipe, and it's blowing it off. With that being said, we're budget builders, obviously. So what we're doing, I kind of found this like kind of hack a little bit. If any of you guys have ever been to an O'Reilly's, Advanced, anything like that, you've seen these pliers, right? These wire cutters, crimpers, and you can see I have this black line on there, and you're probably wondering, you know, what is that about? So to give you an idea, this is a piece of aluminum pipe that we cut off earlier, but with these little, right at the crimp there, you can actually use that, crimp down a little bit, and do the poor man's bead. Now it's not very prominent because I still have to modify these. So I'm going to cut these off here, file them down a little bit. Then I'll have a crimper. And like I said, this is temporary because we're waiting on parts. So we did order them, got the V-band, stuff like that. It'll be here. But as you see in the video, the car was only on wastegate, which is about probably 3 to 4 pounds is what we have in here now. So that's all the car was making, and it felt strong for what it was, and the boost that we were coming into there. So what I'm going to be doing now, because Dakota had to leave early today, so he went on back home. So I'm going to try and finish buttoning up some of this stuff on the car tonight. And unfortunately, it is winter, and we are in Virginia, and we have a lot of snow coming in tomorrow. So I won't be able to drive the car tomorrow, but I'm hoping Monday, Tuesday, something like that, maybe I can get in the car and take it down the road a little bit, and then test this little theory about the bead or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna be working on tonight, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get this charge pipe off and get that ready, and then we're gonna start cutting and modifying these pliers, and then make our bead, put everything back together, and that'll be it. By the way, little shameless plug, if you haven't got one of these little snap-on cordless mini impacts, highly recommend. Flathead, this off. All right, charge pipes off, and no beveling, or beading, I should say, so gunk there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna create a bead around here. Like I said, this is temporary, not long term, but more or less just out of curiosity until parts get here. So there's that. All right, so now the fun stuff: trimming these things and see if this actually works. Alright, so I'm going to be using a cutoff wheel to hack this thing off, and then probably clean it up with a grinder, with a bench grinder. So safety first, gotta save the spectacles. So right, spectacles, or is that just glasses? You get what I'm saying. Gotta save the lookers. Good old Harbor Freight. Alright, so it's locked in the bottom. Now we got some little stubbies. Like I said, I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to throw it, use the bench grinder for a little bit and clean that up. And we'll start the long, strenuous ordeal of crimping this thing and seeing if that actually works. So. Alright, so now that's done, so that's what they look like. Alright, so the bevel, take these bad boys, and just walk it down. And yes, this is going to take forever, as I am finding out now. So, as you can see, it starts to create a little bit of a bevel. Like I said, it's nothing crazy, but it's better than nothing, right? So, that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to go ahead and bust it out real quick. If you were to sit here and watch me do it the entire time, I'd probably have to classify this as a movie, and it would be like 3.5 hours long. No, I'm kidding. But you get what I'm saying. It's going to take a while. But, it's nothing crazy, like crazy prominent, but it's something, and something better than nothing. And I'll give it a shot, Like I said, we're doing this while waiting for parts, and I'll play with the idea. I'm going to go get started on that, and then I'll meet you back whenever I'm done with that. All right. Well, do I recommend? Yes, if you're in a pinch or bored, or yeah, but you see, like I said, I mean, it's nothing crazy, but like I said, I mean, it's something. A little bit of bead there. So it's just, it takes forever, but it's all good. It's done. So now I'm gonna button everything back up, put it all back in the car.